Okay. Is it working now? No, it was plugged in. I did my test, but somehow when I added the new slides, it changed the setting and it removed my microphone from the settings. So I just had to add it back in. I tell you, technology is not fun. But anyway, all the readings look like it's working now, and so we shall proceed with the show. Anyway, what we do here on Friday nights is drag Dusties. We drag Dusties for the crazy stuff that they post on the internet, for the comments that they make, the memes that they create and put up, and in general, observations of their behavior online. It's very amazing how much of it um, is has a hidden message. And so what we do here is analyze what they've posted and break down the hidden message so that women who aren't really aware of what they're reading and the impact that it's going to have on them emotionally, mentally, and psychologically, and all of that will be aware of the trickeration that these guys do. They are very slick, very slick. It's just unbelievable how slick some of them are. But we got a lot of good stuff in this week. Everybody should know this show is entirely viewer sponsored, shall we say. You guys send in the memes and all the stuff, the screenshots and all of that, and then we just go through them because it's just too much. The first couple of shows I tried to do it by myself, I thought I was going to die. So I passed that baton over to you because there's thousands of you and there's only one of me. So this has been working much better. So hey everybody, glad to see you here. Um it's so hot right now. I feel like I'm about to pass out. I had one of those little room cooler things, and it broke. So I have got to go and give me another one like tonight because we having a heat wave here in the Bay Area, and I'm about to melt. I can't do too much of this stuff. So let us get started. Let me load up the slideshow, and let us begin. Okay. I'm not really sure. This was the same girl. I don't know if you guys remember a week or so ago on DNN. There was a woman who had a husband. She's very pregnant. And she was saying, oh, husband was saying, oh, my wife told me that I could take a year off. And so she be holding it down, this and that, blah, blah, blah. This is that same woman. And I'm like, wow, this is kind of interesting. So basically, if you can't, just in case you're watching on your phone, her sign says, if a man has to pay all the bills, what he need you for? And she's holding that proudly. And I'm like, wow. So you want to have a situation where you like a roommate, and plus you do all the other stuff that that wives do. I'm just kind of amazed. I wouldn't be doing shit. You don't pay no money, then you don't need to be here, home skillet. And that's he should be paying all the bills. Now, there you go. All the big ones anyway. Women pay bills too. I mean, they might pay the cable and buy the kids clothes and some groceries or something, but the big bills should be covered by the provider. Okay? Now that's my stance and I'm sticking to it. Now, on to this a little bit more about this breadwinner thing in this post. Um, this individual was saying, I was just thinking today that if a woman is a breadwinner or earns more than her man, it shouldn't be known around your circle of friends and his mates. If y'all plan to go out, give him your card to pay. That's if you plan the trip, especially when there's people around. And then she goes back and adds, or he, whoever this is, even when you do things with your money, consult with him. Now, I was like, sometimes you just don't even have any words because it's so ignorant. Okay, first of all, and this came up today, you guys, I want to add this into, let me just, I sidetrack on this show all the time, so just bear with me. I put up the post about your ideas about what makes a man weak, right? You guys came just like on target. The problem is I am still tired from all my birthday partying. And so I went to sleep, and you thought I woke up to do that? I did not wake up. And then it's just too hot, and then I had to do this. And so anyway, I put it off, and it's going to be a Sunday sermon. So I think that's appropriate. We'll do that. That show will be the Sunday sermon. Weak men. Okay, so watch for that on Sunday morning. That's when it's gonna go live. But this is a perfect example of a weak man. Okay, you ain't making the money. What you doing to make yourself more viable financially? Why is it that your woman has to help you put up a front and a facade and pretense so to make you look like you more than what you are, to make it look like other people like you holding stuff down that you ain't really holding? She doing it. So if that's the kind of situation you got and you feel like her pen is going to emasculate you, get off your ass and do something about it. Go back to school, get a second job. Do whatever you have to do to put yourself financially above your woman if she pulling it down like that and it matters that much to you. I will never give a man my credit card to pay shit. Get your own. And if you don't have good credits, then that's what you want me to do about that. You did that to yourself. I had nothing to do with that. And if you know to try to so that people, well, I don't think people really need to know what kind of money you're making anyway. So I'm in agreement there, but for a different reason. I don't think ever you need to tell everybody your financial situation and stuff, because the next thing they gonna have you on one of them TV shows and they killed you for the insurance or something. So you don't need to let people know that kind of stuff. But when there's people around, see, that's a pretender. He's trying to get you to put up a front and using the relationship and your obligation to his ego or something. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but I know one thing. That's in the hell no category. There's no, I don't think so, and hell no, and this is in that category. This is just unbelievable. Okay, let's move on to the next drama. Okay, this has been floating around the internet, and this is actually a video. Somebody filmed this people walking in front of them. Looks like Target or Walmart or some kind of store like that. And dude, I don't know what's going on with dude. Dude, somebody say my eyes. Yeah, that would have been mine because I would have had to go up to him and say, dude, you got a shit stain on your drawers and you need to pull your pants up. That's what I would have told him, or maybe pulled her to the side and told her so she could tell him. But why would you let that man walk around looking like that and you don't say nothing? That's just gross. And then for him to be like that, okay, and that's not like a wipe. Like that's a different kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about? Because when you have little kids and they do that kind of stuff in their pants, you know what it looks like. This is because he farted and thought that it wasn't a live one, but it was. Isn't that what my brothers used to call a shart? Because it's a combination of a shit and a fart, and he used to call it a shart. Oh my God. Yeah, you need to see this because this is dust personified. Walking through the store, and look at her looking all cute in her little outfit. She got the little slim body for that kind of stuff, so she can wear that. But I mean, look at dude. Oh my God. And I hope that he wasn't the one of the ones fresh out of jail. And you know, that's what's the issue is he can't hold it because that sphincter muscle is just stretched out. Dude, you just ugh. Okay, let's move on from this. Okay, here we go. More begging and more responsibility being levied on black women to support black men like they are fucking babies. Here we go. So, this individual here says, black women, I know that you hate having to deal with grown boys, but our men need help becoming who they are, and it's up to you. No, motherfucker, it's sure not. It's not. It's up to them. Now, if you want to be a grown boy and you know how to use the internet You have the resources available to you on that phone that you be calling and texting all these different women on and stuff. You have the ability to change your life, and it's right in your hand. You can sign up online for some kind of online training and training and stuff with your phone. You can do that yourself. No woman needs to do that for you. It is not a black woman's responsibility to help you do anything unless you're her child. Yeah. But this is a part of the thing that we're going to be talking about in that video about weak men. He's weak for suggesting this, and the men who, excuse me, the men who think that are, this is a woman's role in their life, are weak, and the women who, do this kind of stuff encourage weakness. You cannot do stuff for a man. I don't know how many times I have to tell y'all, you cannot help a man be a man. You can't do it. That means that you're more of a man than he is because you have to teach him how to do it, right? That means you're the man and he's just a wannabe. So if you really understand the principles and dynamics of educating someone and training, that means that you have the skills. That's how you're able to train them to have them. That means you have them. Okay, so if that's the case, and you teaching him how to be a man, that means you already have more manhood skills than the dude that you schooling talking about that's your man. He's not a man. He's a punk bitch motherfucker. And what you need to do is get rid of him. Okay? You don't be raising some grown ass man who's too lazy to get off his ass and do what he needs to do for himself. But this message here is communicated to black women over and over and over and over, and we cannot escape it. The men are like children, and they want to encourage you to coddle them and baby them and treat them like children so they don't have to stand up and have any kind of manly responsibilities. Not accountable, not responsible, dodging everything, dipping out, just corner cutting, just being stupid. And this is the attitude. They need our help. As soon as you do help them, I want you to understand, as soon as you help them, like my daddy always told me, a man, a real man doesn't want you to help him. He doesn't want you to help him because if you do help him, like even if he really is, he comes and he asks you for the help and you feel bad and so you help him. Let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to help him, and then after he gets back on his feet, he's going to resent you. He's going to resent you for knowing him when he was at his weakest, his neediest, his shakiest. His self-esteem was in the toilet. He couldn't do shit. He wasn't about shit. He's going to look at you and know that you know that truth about him, and it's not going to work well for you. He's going to want to get away from you because every time he looks at you, he's reminded of how he was nothing. He was shit on a stick. And if it wasn't for you, he would still be that. So he's going to resent you. And that's when they go off to some other woman who doesn't know about that history, doesn't know about his failures and lackings and how he was nothing. She only sees the finished product. And so she's like, wow, he's really great. And so he gets that ego boost from her thinking he's really great. And then he leaves you who helped him get to that point for the woman who doesn't know that he was never, he wasn't shit in the past. That's what you're setting yourself up for. So when you see stuff like this, or you got a man who tells you this, or you got some women in your life that tell you this is what you need to do, you need to give them the middle finger, the middle one, both of them on both hands. All right, let's move on. Oh, these guys and their conversations about marriage. Thank you. They hate the fact that they feel like women control them in a marriage. So here he is. Look at this picture they used, though. Me begging for permission to go racing with the boys. My wife anointing me with permission. And the boys hanging on the side watching to see if he's going to get to go out and play. Oh, I just thought this was funny. After that last one, we needed a little levity. Let's move on. Now, this is like an analysis. This is an analysis of why some certain segment of society is always so busy. Always so busy. Don't got no job. Okay? Ain't going to work. COVID, pre-COVID, didn't have a job then, don't have one now. Okay? So where they going? Why they got to be going someplace all the time? I've noticed that about a lot of brothers. Just stay in the streets, going here, there, hither, and yon, and just don't really be doing nothing. But this is the story of what they be doing. I was like, wow, this is kind of interesting. She says niggas will leave your house, go pick up Asia, call you while Asia in the store to make it seem like they ain't doing nothing. Go to Asia's house, screw her. Answer while she's in the shower so you still think everything is all good. He makes Asia cook for him. Tell Asia he'll be right back. Call you when he get in the car to see if you still home because he's on his way. Comes to your house, rolls up a blunt and smokes while y'all chilling. Y'all end up screwing. You doze off or get in the shower. He lies and say he finna go make a sale, but he really going to spend the night with Jessica. All in one day. That's why y'all always so busy. Yes, that is how Dusties do. They make everything a title. So every word is capitalized. But they want you to understand. See, this you have to understand how important it is what they're saying. And so this is the story of a day in the life of a dusty man. I thought it was pretty interesting and very accurate. Okay, now here's one of these whining ass. Okay, this a woman. Okay, but she's one another one who's making all the capitalizations, but she's whining on behalf of men. That's why when I see stuff like this, I'm not really sure that it's a woman because it's they just want to put a woman's picture on it to make it seem like it's palatable, so it's not their picture. So I really doubt that a woman wrote this, but that's what it looks like. That's the way it was presented. But I'm not. I don't think so. This is indeed one of those whining ass men who feels entitled to a woman because he views himself as, quote, a good man. Now, we are all in agreement that men don't know when they're good. They don't. They have no fucking clue. Women decide if you're good, not you. What you have to do is figure out what kind of man you're going to be and then hope that a woman thinks that you're good and chooses you. That's the way it goes. So, these men have this like amazing sense of entitlement. So then this guy, he's ragging on about women don't want a good man until they are damaged good. Good guys are never an option until a woman is tired of being played, until she has kids with a guy that doesn't want anything to do with her, until she getting old, until she wants a stepfather for her child, until she wants a husband. Early in life, most women choose the wrong guys, and then after those guys spit them out, now they want a good man. The same good man they thought was boring, the same good man they didn't want to talk to. Understand something. The whole phase is real. If a woman is still going through that, you as a good man will never touch her. You will only touch her after, and that can be 10 years later. Good guys deal with damaged women. Bad guys get the best years. Good guys deal with women with insecurities, women with trauma, women with anger, women with babies. And that's his take on it. Now let me just say this. You know what? You wasn't good then and you ain't good now, and that's why nobody still wants your ass. And that's why you sitting on the internet whining and crying about it because no because like this is my thing. Like if you had a woman, you wouldn't be posting this kind of stuff. You would be fucking going out to dinner, going on trips, having fun, having a family over for a barbecue, this kind of stuff. That's what you would be doing. So the fact that you have the time to post these whining ass posts on the internet means that you are eternally single. And it doesn't matter that you didn't get a good woman, that they didn't see you as a good man when they were younger. They still don't see you as one. Why? Because you're a loser, sir. You are a loser. Don't nobody want you. All the same crappy personality traits that you had when you were young, the same ugly mug, all the same fucked up, little out of shape body looking like SpongeBob and shit. And you think somebody wants you just because you deem yourself to be a good man? All that means in their what language is that they got a job and their own apartment and a car and they pay their bills, and that makes them, the basic foundational accoutrements of adulthood, and suddenly they're elevated to good man status. You are a bozo. Okay, you think that's all it takes for you to be good? Go and watch that 3 video series I just put up about what's in it for me. The men that can do those things, those are good men. You that sit on the internet and whine like this, a punk ass bitch. Now, I have spoken. Let's move on. Okay, what is this about $40? $40. $40. They always talking about $40. So here's go. You can't put a price on love. And him, he whip out the $40. Okay, his nails are a little bit too manicured for my taste. But whatever, some women like they want their men to be well groomed and all that old stuff. I mean, his cuticles is all pushed back. His moons is showing like mine, like a woman's nails. I'm like, I'm just not feeling, dude. He couldn't even talk to me. I would take one look at them hands and be like, nah, nah, son, you a fence jumper. I'm out of here. But yeah, that's anyway. Back to the $40. If somebody knows what that's about, what is that like amount that a lot of women ask for or something? Is that the little low budget uh, tip amount? $40 is from the Bible. Oh, well, I don't know. I only read it enough to write that book. I was lost interest. I said he's a fence jumper, but it basically means the same thing. Okay, now this was a Dusty with a conscience. I had to give dude some credit. Like he got half a point for this one. Okay, he gonna steal the car, but then he realized that there was a baby in the car. So he stops this car that he was stealing, and then he jumps out and he puts the baby on the side, all responsible, and the baby's safe and not going to the chop shop or wherever he's ready to take this car. And so there you go. That's only $40. Well, I could never be one of those workers. That ain't no money. Wow. So anyway, yeah, but who would leave their infant? That's a baby in a baby bucket like that. That's an infant in a car by itself. What the fuck is your problem? So anyway, that's what happened. But the baby, nothing happened to the baby. Brother man at least had some kind of sense about the child, because some of them would have taken the baby and sold it too. So at least he got that going for himself. Next slide. Oh, don't you hate it when they say this? Okay, he say he doesn't want a relationship. And then when you're getting busy, he asks, whose is it? Whose is it? Whose is it? It ain't yours, right? I don't know. I've had two dudes ask me that. And in both times, I just pushed them up. Push them. Get out of here. Get out. I don't want to talk to you. Get out of my life. Get out of my world. Go away. You telling me that shit? It's mine, motherfucker. That's whose it is. I don't know. I don't get it. And this is a dusty in a different kind of way, because we've all, those of us who have had, live-in men, boy, you living with the dude, you married to the dude, and your expectation is that he's going to help out in the household that he lives in, right? He's going to do some chores and do something with himself because he lives there just like you do. Those kids, he went in half on them kids and all of this. Okay, so you need to do something. But look at his mind. Okay, he's pushing the vacuum cleaner. In his mind, he gets a parade and applause, and there's a banner that says Ned helped out. And that's pretty much what they want. Like rounds of applause and all kind of kudos and acknowledgement and recognition for watching their own kids, what they call babysitting their own children, or help clean up the house that he lives in. And they want you to go around and big up them about, doing some little penny ante bullshit in the house that they're supposed to be doing anyway. I just don't. But this is unfortunately the reality of many relationships. So I included it in there just so we could shake our head and go, my God, my God. Okay, now here this dude. I mean, he's a frequent appearer. What you call it? Frequent. We have a lot of stuff on his from his page on this show because he is about as dusty as they come. This clown right here. So he goes. and says talking about women being educated, but in response to this quote, you educate a man, you educate a man. You educate a woman, you educate a generation. Okay. So he takes that quote and he says, but how do you educate a woman who challenges everything a man says unless she agrees with him? Is argumentative, knows everything, who is never wrong, and who never admits being wrong. And I'm like, sir, what that means is you are not qualified to educate that woman. See, this is the premise of education, being an educator. This is what is required for you to be an educator. You have to know more than your students, sir. You have to know the most. In your case, you don't know the most, which is evident by what the things that you post on your channel, your wall, whatever it is. You don't really know anything. Yet you want to position yourself just because you have a dick as being like this great knower of all facts, and that women are supposed to listen to you and take your counsel and do what you say and all this kind of stuff merely because you have a dingling. And you think that gives you magical superpowers and special knowledge and all kind of stuff. It don't do nothing except maybe enable you to stand up and pee. That's it. That's it. That's all you get. That's all that you can do with that. So I thought this was very interesting. And that was very interesting how he feels like, he shouldn't be challenged and that the woman shouldn't argue with him and that, she should admit that she's wrong. Well, if she don't admit she's wrong, if she is. But like I said, if you don't know more than her, then how would you know that she's wrong? Because you don't even know the right answer to the test your damn self. So all in all, I thought, wow, this is really interesting. And yeah, they're not educated. Some of them, they don't barely even have a GED. I be trying to act like they have all kind of MBAs and whatnot, and just know MDs and JDs and all the stuff, and they don't have nothing but a GED. If that. Let's move on, because he's too stupid. Oh, stop having eggplant with women that you don't want to carry your last name. Dude, don't tell me how to spend my $40. Oh my God. I wouldn't say that you wouldn't want to carry your last name, but you wouldn't want to have your child. That's You wouldn't want raising your offspring. I think that's more like it because you know, that I think is a easier fix. I wouldn't do because with women, like we can have that discernment. Like if you know your birth control game is super tight and there's some fine piece of nothing that you want to get busy with, you can do that. But you have enough sense to protect yourself. And but guys don't seem to understand that principle. It's like if you don't want kids with this woman or you don't want children at all, what steps have you taken to prevent that from happening? And most of them don't do anything, and then they get mad when a woman gets pregnant. So these are don't tell me how to spend my $40, nigga. Fuck out of here. This his mom. Okay, she is the queen of petty. He says he found out his mother drove herself to the hospital when she was going into labor because she was mad at my dad for not giving her enough attention. And she wanted to birth me by herself because men are incapable. So, yes, I am the son of a petty queen. And yes, I will carry on her legacy. Oh my God, I was rolling. That's so cute, though. The legacy of his mama, who is extremely petty. Let's move on. Bitches always gotta have the last word. I told her say less. She gonna say less is said. Oh boy. Well, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, so I'm not gonna say nothing. But yeah, if that's what happened, the girlfriend definitely wanna have the last word. And this is really interesting because I had said this in a video a couple of years ago or on my surviving dating site. But anyway, so she's saying the same thing. Actually, I have a whole article about it, about men and gold diggers. And so she says men claim to hate gold diggers, but what they actually hate is that they can't afford them. The second men get money, they entertain women they know would never they get if they were broke. In conclusion, men love gold diggers. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, it's almost exact rephrase of my article, but whatever. You asked him for 60 and he gave you 40. That seems to be the number. I don't know. I keep seeing that on memes and stuff all over the internet. That's $40. I'm like, what is that? That's why I thought I would ask. But you got 4 or 5 niggas, you get $40 from each one of them. That's a good day. That works out. That works out all right. Okay, now this was some supreme dust. This one came in this afternoon. I had to change one of the slides out to put this one in because I wanted to show this because this was just way too just too much of a scallywag. This nigga right here done took off his shoe so he won't bend it while he's down on one knee to propose. Do you see this? He done took off his shoe. And it says they believe these persons wrote, I mean, they are expensive shoes. And to many people, their shoes are important to them. It wouldn't bother me personally. I have nice things that I wouldn't want to ruin. I don't know how I feel about this. You know, I don't know how I feel about a man proposing me to with one shoe on and one shoe off. What are you doing? And why are you wearing sneakers? Okay, why can't you wear like some real shoes? Why are you a grown ass nigga? Look at him. You could tell he's at least in his 30s, walking around in sneakers and proposing with short pants on and a washed out shirt. Like no class at all. I would say no just on GP. You dress tacky and you look like a bum and you took off your damn shoe in public and you think I'm gonna say yes? Nigga, fuck out of here. Yeah, he's crazy. I don't know. I'm just this would just not work for me. I don't like men who walk around in sneakers anyway. I don't you just wear sneakers at the gym. You don't need to wear sneakers just just walking around. Put on some loafers or some manly looking shoe. Don't be walking around looking like you're a fucking teenager. I don't like that. Kick that shoe right into that fountain. It's like, nigga, I don't think so. But this was just like so dusty to me. I don't know. And she up there, holding her hand out like she about to say yes. So I guess she don't mind. But I don't know. That wouldn't work for me. That because this whole picture displays a certain kind of attitude and a certain type of mentality and where his priorities are on material things. And if you're a woman, you're talking about having a family and stuff like that. Yes, you want to have nice things for your children. Don't get me wrong, but shoes, handbags, like a lot of women be into purses and shit, and shoes. I mean, to me, those kind of things are like they wear out and they don't. And you want things. If you're going to be materialistic about things that increase in value, like you know precious stones, real estate, investments, things like that. Shoes and handbags, I don't give a fuck. I'll buy my purse well, I usually order them online. I like leather purses. And people are like, well, you're vegan. You shouldn't be having leather. I have what the fuck I want to have. The cow's already dead. So it's not like me buying it's buying a purse made from it's going to save his life. So fuck out of here. Ooh, honey, let me tell you as a sidetrack. I got into it. Oops. I got into it with this woman that came on my Blacks Going Vegan page on Facebook. And she's like, oh, I think your page is racist. Why can't white people join? Okay, now on Facebook, anybody can click the thing on a page and join. So I don't even know what she was talking about. But her whole attitude was like, that it was racist and I was wrong. And what if white people had a page called, whites going vegan? I said every page is like whites going vegan. That's why I set up this one, because there was really nothing that targeted at the issues that African Americans have, like food insecurity, neighborhoods with no fresh fruits and vegetables. The idea of a lot of fast foods and stuff, the cultural food differences and seasonings and stuff that we have. That's not an issue that white people have. Okay, there's a grocery store in every corner in the white neighborhood with top quality produce, meats, and everything else. Fruits that are so beautiful, they look like they stepped out of a picture. But you don't have that in the black community. So on my site, my page deals with that kind of stuff. And so she was like, like she was trying to Karen me. And she was like, well, I think it's racist. And then I said, who gives a shit? That was my response to her. I don't give a shit about that. I think I'm gonna paste it up on my on the YouTube wall so y'all could see the exchange we had. I'm like, this bitch, who she thinks she must not understand who she's dealing with. Because, me, I just cracked my knuckles and I ripped her head off. Be trying to tell me nothing. And if your fucking ass white vegan sites were so open and welcoming, which they were not, that's why I ended up going and setting up my other one. Because they were not. All they want to do is lecture you and tell you what you need to do and how you need to be, and it's for the animals, and it's not for your health, and that's not vegan, and this, that. They have all these fucking rules. Well, I didn't want to abide by their rules, and I wanted to talk about the stuff that was important to me, and it wasn't important to them because of those cultural differences, as I said. So I set up, blacks going vegan, and she just had a cow because they want to have their stuff and they want to have ours too. That's what it was. I'm like, bitch, get the fuck all the way the fuck out of here. I'm telling you. So anyway, let's move on. That just reminds me of her. Just dust, 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 and retarded people. And this guy says, never ask a man if he's single. Instead, ask him, is anybody under the impression that they're in a relation with you? Now, this is an odd question because if he says, I don't know, he could be telling the truth. He could be telling the truth. And the reason why, because dudes will tell a woman, I'm just, I don't really not looking for a relationship, this and that. And they don't hear that. They feel like, well, we're doing everything that a couple could do. So, in a relationship. So why can't we be a couple? So in their mind, they just going to keep trying until he admits that they're in a relationship. She's going to treat him like they're in a relationship. She's going to do all this stuff. So if he specifically said, I don't want to be in a relationship, and that's not what this is, we friends and this and that, and she refuses to listen to that and act accordingly, well, then him saying, I don't know, could very well be true. It could also be true in that some people just don't know how to let go. I'll tell you something I saw on the internet today, and this was wild. It was in China at a wedding. And so bride and groom are up on the altar, right? Having just completed their vows, and they were about to do their kiss. And the groom's ex shows up and jumps up on the altar with them in a wedding dress and starts pulling on him for him to marry her instead. Dude had just got married to the other woman, and said she's pulling on his arm trying to make him marry. Okay, so in a situation like that, she's not wrapped too tight. So asking this question, it very well might get a no, but there's this woman out there somewhere who thinks she's in a relationship with him, right? And then, of course, there are those who are double timing and married and, got somebody at home living with them and all the stuff and everything. But do you really think they're going to tell you the truth if they're going through the trouble to try to cheat like that? So to me, this is not really a question that you should ask. It's not going to really get you the information that you need. What gets you the information is taking your time and observing. If he's unavailable, he calls you at odd times. He stands you up on a lot of dates. It's always late and misses, cancels and stuff. That means he's got another woman. Okay? That's what that means. And that means, or a couple of women, but that's what that means. So you just leave him alone. So, these answers will come to you. You don't always have to ask a question using words. Now, this shit was funny. Look at this dog's face. Look at his face. After an amazing day with your side chick, now you got to go pick up your annoying ass girlfriend and take her out to eat. And he looking mad as hell. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Um, when a man is in a situation like this, why would he stay with the girlfriend? That's something I don't understand. If you're happy with your side chick, just go on over there with her and get rid of the girlfriend. I don't know who took this picture, but whoever it is, the dog is just the dog is perfect. He should be in movies. Now this little dude here is about as dusty as they come. Now I was looking at like, okay, is this like posed? You know what I mean? Where they were just pretending for the video. I mean for the picture, or is he really that toe up? It's a mystery. Who really knows? But I thought the concept was hilarious. So he's like, I don't care how fucked up I get. Don't leave me out. No pics with the gang, bitch. So here he is, drunk as hell, and they holding him up. There's that same bottle in the picture on the right on the top. There's the other friends holding the bottle. And there he is all passed out. Good thing he's a little dude. But he is so just toe up. This is just unbelievable. Yeah, they say $40 is supposed to be for those kind of workers, but I don't know who does this at for $40. That's a lot of work for $40. But I guess, it all depends on your budget. If you do, I don't know, how many could do they do in a day? 10? That's $400. That ain't enough. That ain't nearly enough. This was hilarious. Dude, this young lady here is a police officer. And as you see, she's gorgeous. She's a gorgeous young woman. And she's filling out her little uniform and she's got a bright smile. Her skin is pretty. Her eyes, she's very attractive young woman. So then here she's showing herself when she started as a rookie and now she's a detective. And dude is like, ooh, she fine. I sell drugs and gives his address and so that she can come over and arrest him. I'm like, this idiot. He beyond thirsty. He is like, and then look at his mug. I'm like, she would send some men over to arrest you because you wouldn't want to do some of that ugliness might jump off of you onto her. This is just unbelievable. Oops. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Now, this came in and I was just looking at it because she's like you can't handle a strong black woman. And he says adults should be able to handle themselves. Okay, that doesn't mean she can't handle herself. But you can't handle the fact that she's not weak and silly and want to submit and would listen to you like the other dude was talking about. Like you supposed to be educating her and she's supposed to hang on your every word. That's what she's talking about. She's decisive and she's got a mind of her own. And she, just makes decisions in her best interest. And she has boundaries and she has standards and she has, goals for herself. And she's doing her thing and she's not being deterred by you and your nonsense. That's a strong black woman. Okay. And he just tried to bow out by saying adults should be able to handle themselves. That it just totally misses the whole point. But, that's what certain ignogs will try to do. I'm just like, wow, this is really sad. The fact that you have a man who says something like this and just totally bows out. He's not even understanding what she's saying to him, what she's looking for from him. What she needs in her man if she's got herself on that kind of platform and working her program like that, she needs somebody who's going to be right there with her. And yes, she can handle herself, but she needs a man. As far as what the handling means, it means that you're not intimidated by it, and that you are on board with it, and that you got your own strong black man thing going on. That's what she means. But these dudes just don't get it. They just don't fucking get it. Yeah, I see his face. He just a little dusty. Plus, he got them DSL lips. I don't like them lips like that. That's just sends a wrong message. Yeah, see, so this kind of follows in that Dr. Wills points out the contradiction. They want you to be, the strong black woman, independent, and pay half on dates and drive, and they don't have to give you money, and they don't have to do all the stuff, right? But then, because a woman has those things and doesn't need, well, then you don't need a man. You just an angry black woman. You don't know how to submit. So it's like, which one do you fucking want? You can't have it both ways. Hell yeah, you mommy, you knew I was gonna point that lip out. I saw them lips. I was like, oh hell to the no. I don't feel it. They start grinning at me, and then I see them. They start smiling, and they have them lips. I'd be like, oh well, it was nice meeting you, and I walk the fuck off. Yeah, this is an issue for Black women that we frequently have to deal with, and it's very sad, very sad. So that's why I advocate. Don't worry about what men think, what men want, what men like. Do you do what works makes you happy, and then you don't worry about other people. You don't owe these guys anything. Okay, so make yourself happy. Now this dude feels like that women. He got something lot to say about the schools. I'll add my comment in a minute. He says the only reason why these women are upset about schools closing is because they can't go to the big booty club, see that no good monkey who just got out of prison, and they actually have to be mothers now. I don't want to hear none of that. Well, I have to work. Most of y'all living off of child support in the government anyway. It's a sad day we're living in. Side note, this wouldn't have happened if you had chosen the right man or got married before having these little bastards. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Just like women love it when their kids go to school so they get some peace and quiet. We love it when our husbands go to work because we get some peace and quiet. It doesn't matter how much you love these people, you sometimes do want to be away from them. Just like men want to be away from their wives that they love so much. That's why y'all go out and hang with the boys, right? Go out and have your beers, go shoot pool, go to the gym and shoot hoops, and all kind of stuff that you do to get away from your family and your kids. So why is it okay for you to do it? And there's no comment about that. But if a woman wants the exact same kind of space to do something for herself, suddenly she's being levied with all these kind of negative accusations and all this kind of stuff here. This is a stupid nigga that right here. That's what this is. And so the logic, the illogic in their minds is like they have an IQ of 5. It's just unfucking believable. And you guys, when you find out that a dude thinks like this, you really should leave him alone. Okay, he starts spouting off stuff like this, negative things about women, and like all these putting all everybody in these classifications. All these sisters have the highest. Black women have the highest level of education in this country. Okay, and have better jobs and more of them than black men do. But all of a sudden, well, you living off of child support in the government. Child support? Niggas don't pay child support. You tripping. Any way that her kids are getting supported is that it might be the government stepping in to help her out if she's low income or still in school or something. But, yes, it's a sad day because you guys father children and then you jet out on them. Nobody said you got to be with the mother, but you should be with your kid. So if the kids are out of school, you should be all taking some time off of work to spend some time with them then, since you think it's so horrible that she want to do something and she don't like being with the kids. My mother, I'm telling you, my mother used to have a parade practically when September came and we went back to school. Because in San Francisco, it used to be the day after Labor Day, that Monday, that Tuesday, we would go back to school. It's different now. No, they'd be going back to school in August. Kids started like this week or next week or something. But we didn't do that. It was September. And my mother would be so happy because, you got 3 or 4 kids running around, getting on your nerves, asking for stuff and making noise. She'd be like, oh my God, where the school going back again? So I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, let's move on. If your man is out here looking for some new booty, just remind him that yours is new to another man too. And that's very, very true. That's very, very true. But why would you really have to remind him? If he out there looking for another woman, what you doing? You know he's looking for another woman and you still dealing with him? Pfft, I would send his ass somewhere. Now this young lady, again, another issue of a female name and image being used um, to express a male point of view. I seriously doubt, again, that this is a woman. If it is, she's a stupid one. You a dumb bitch, and that's all there is to it. So she says if you have sex with a man and you get pregnant and the man tells you from the beginning that he don't want the baby and offers money for the abortion and you still don't want to and you still want to have the baby and still have the baby and the man don't take care of your child, do not fix your mouth to call him a deadbeat. He can't be a deadbeat to a child he told you from day one he didn't want to take care of or be ready of to have a child. You're the reason your child don't have a father. No, you dumb bitch. The fact that he put his dick in her without using proper protection is why there's a baby. Okay, that goes back to him. Motherfuckers sit up there talking about they don't want a kid, then what did you do to prevent it? Did you cover the shit up? Did you get a vasectomy? What did you do? You didn't do shit. So that means you wanted a baby. So yeah, you on the hook. And if she decides she doesn't want to get an abortion, because a lot of women don't, then you're gonna be a daddy, and that's just the way it is. If you didn't want to have a baby with this woman, or you didn't want a baby, period, then your fucking ass should have kept your dick in your pants, and you wouldn't have had this problem. You created this problem for yourself, and this dumb bitch right here sitting up there trying to shift the blame. No, 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 no. He had every opportunity not to fuck her. Okay, nobody tied him down. Nobody made him do that. He chose to fuck her. He chose to jet out that stuff without protection. He did that. He made every decision to be a father. And then when it happens, then he want to talk about, well, I don't want it. Yes, you do, motherfucker, because you did everything to make it happen. Okay, just like you going to cook pork chops for dinner. Your ass went to the store, you bought the pork chops, you got the seasonings and stuff, you went over to the stove, you did all the stuff, and then now you cook, everything's all cooked, and you want to say, well, I don't want pork chops. Yes, you do. Yes, you did. You did everything to make that happen. So now you want to talk about you don't want it? Please. It's the same shit to me. Yeah, she's stupid as fuck, and I'm just, and just retarded. This is the kind of thing, like I said, this is a male point of view, and I don't know if she's regurgitating that, or she's one of them pick Misha types that's going for, likes on social media by men, or if she really thinks that in case she's an ignorant hoe, or if this is really a man posting with a female name. It's going to be one of them three. Okay, but I'll be damned, man. Let me have a son. Let me a son to come and tell me, well, I was screwing this broad, but I don't really like her that much. But I was screwing her, and she's pregnant, and I offered her money for abortion, and then she said that she didn't want to get an abortion, and I told her, well, don't ask me for nothing then because I told you I didn't want it. And I would sit there and I would look at his fucking ass, and I would say, did you fuck her? Well, yeah, but did you fuck her without using any kind of protection? Well, okay, well then that's your baby, and you're gonna take care of it. I don't give a fuck if you have to get a second job. If you don't take care of this kid, you know what I'm gonna do? Disown you. Don't even look at me. Don't come to my house. Don't ask me for shit. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't just forget you have a mother, 'cause I didn't raise you to be like that about your own flesh and blood, you monkey. What kind of bullshit is this? I would cuss his ass out so hard, there would just be no coming back from that. My anger, my disappointment, and absolute fury that he would think that he could get away with some shit like that and just say, well, I don't want it. And that's supposed to erase 18 years as somebody's life? No, nigga, you going to step up. That's what you're gonna do. And you're gonna get your kid and you're gonna be involved in his life, her life, whatever, and you're gonna do what you know that you're not supposed to do for the baby that you made. That's what you're gonna do. But so many parents don't do that with their sons. They don't make them step up. They don't put their foot up their ass. And so, you raise your kid to be a certain way, and then they start trying to dip and dodge and do something else. Well, then what are you doing about that? I swear I would probably shoot at them. That would just infuriate me to no end. But yeah, these people, and he's back again. I told you we always get a lot of things in from this guy. I have to limit how many of them I use. But he says there's no corny men or educated lames. There's only you with your fucked up value system. No, they call themselves educated lames. So I don't know what you're talking about, dude. That's not a term that women would think up. That was a term that the men thought up, and that went back to the early 2000s when I was on Blog Talk. That's when they started using that phrase, and that came from men. And we picked up on it, but they were the ones using it, calling themselves that. So he obviously doesn't know that history, and so he's thinking that women made that up. And and he puts it as a reality check, like we are supposed to pick corny men or educated lames. And they seem to forget about the fact that, women need to be physically attracted to the men that they're with just like you do. And if you corny and stupid and look all crazy and dress weird and you do something, you drool and you stutter, your mouth breather, all this stuff, now nobody wants you. It doesn't matter that you're educated and all this stuff. Nobody wants you. Fix yourself. Do something with yourself. Go see some. Go down to Macy's and get you to help you dress and figure out what you need to do. Get you a personal trainer. Get some muscle on your body and rework that shit, that blubber you got, and do something with that grill. Do some work on yourself, and then make yourself more attractive to women, and they might want you. But you're just mad because you sit on the internet all lonely and horny, and don't nobody want you. Nobody's gonna want you when you put up stuff like this, and they see what kind of idiot you are, and then your face all up on the post looking like a fool. Oh my God. Now here's this thing right here. This dude notice how he puts himself in the center like he's the prize. Right? He's the prize. And the women are supposed to be fighting over, trying to figure out why they still single. Why are they still single? And in his mind, these are the reasons why. Because she can't cook, because she's a single mama, because she's a narcissist, because she's ratchet, because she's crazy, she's insecure, she's overweight, and that's off screen, he says. Lazy, bi, and then, of course, on the only black girl, they put that she's a gold digger. I'm like, wow, is that really it? So you got to, these are the reasons why that you're single. But all men are these things, and they don't have to be single. They can't cook. They buy, lazy, always trying to come up on a woman, crazy as fuck, ratchet as hell, narcissistic to the ninth degree, all kind of stuff. So everything that's on here could apply to men plus more. Because, with men, you're going to get into violent, abusive, that kind of stuff. We got to add that in there. And I don't know. And they be overweight, but they also be misbuilt. Or they too short, So don't nobody want you looking like a Smurf. That's why you're still single, sir. But I thought I would include that because that's just more, more dustiness, but this is white dustiness. This chick right here, she's really confused. Oh my God. This is like the pre-savage post. She's all excited. Look at that with the heart eyes on her thing there because she got promoted from a side chick to the main chick. And dude had to come back and let her know. Yeah, your foreign position will now be filled by someone else. Congratulations. You played yourself. I was like, wow, I would not want anybody to know that I was a side chick and was excited about getting promoted. It's like, don't you know that a man who has a side chick you the sidechick, he gonna do the same thing to you. Why do you think that's something to be excited about? Yeah, they be short and have hips, girl. All kind of bootay. From the back, you be like, well, who is the woman here? I don't like men with them overdeveloped glutes. When they got their booty bigger than mine, we have a problem here, Simon. That's not gonna work for me. Yeah, this is that. I'm like, wow. So she's a little confused and she needs to listen to some videos on this channel to get her mind right. And here we go with the first Savage Award. I think there's three. And she just slammed dude. He's like, I put on a mask. And literally within seconds, I'm struggling to breathe. And she's like, uh, what a way to announce to the world that you've never had a woman sit on your face. Oh my God. Oh, I mean, she just like slammed him. What's he going to come back and say to that? I think if I were a guy, I would just like log off and just never be seen again. Yeah, buddy. She slammed him. Chelsea was kind of went in a little bit. Okay, so let's move on to DNN Savage Award number 2. And I don't know if you can see this, especially if you're not looking on a computer, but there are like screenshots of conversations that took place, either on texting or Facebook or something, that are taped all over the side of the cake. And so she's like, telling him about himself and his stroke gang, as in it ain't really happening. And she just was like, wow. I'm dying to know what them things say on the side of that cake. You know, I'm just, I just want to know. Yeah, but look at that little limp wee wee up there. Oh my God. I don't know who designed it, but whoever it is a master. Oh my God. Okay, let's move on. Okay, now this girlfriend just like this is a bam moment. You got your mama's last name, not your daddy's. You should not open your mouth to speak on what women do, period. I said what I said. She said, and that's right, because you want to talk about women doing fucked up shit, start with your damn mama. How come you got your mama's name and not your daddy's? Who is that raggedy motherfucker? And you carrying on your mama's legacy and not your daddy's. Oh my God. Yeah, see, they don't need to say nothing. Yeah, that's either a divorce cake or a breakup cake. She's right. You don't need to say you don't say nothing. You want to talk about some woman, you go talk about your mama and ask her why she's so ratchet. But your daughters, that's not a male though. And so, that's we're talking about these men who want to talk about what women should do and stuff. They be all over the internet trying to lecture you about what you should and shouldn't do and should and shouldn't wear and should and shouldn't say and all this kind of stuff. Okay, let's move on. This is our winner of today. She was going in talking about black men turn me off. The fuck off. Y'all literally disgust me. I will never marry a black man, period. Dude comes back. Dude comes back and says, we ain't trying to marry no motherfucker with capital gums and lowercase teeth anyway, ho. Capital gums and lowercase teeth. Did you see that? Capital gums and lowercase teeth, and she is a gummy bear with that smile. Girl, I cried. I was laughing so hard. I couldn't believe it. Dude went in. Oh, and so there you go. Yes, that's true. Hit the like button. Someone remind me. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber to this channel already, please become one. Hit that subscription button. Yeah, he went in. I mean, it's just like, what you gonna say? Because it's true. She does got like little itty bitty fish teeth and them big old gums. See? I'll put it back up there so you can see. Itty bitty little teeth. And then it's like three quarters gum. So it's like, girlfriend, no, you don't. You can't say nothing like that. You're precluded. So that's our show for today. If you want to send in something like you run across stuff on the internet and you think, oh, that would be good on the show. This is what you do. You submit any screenshots. Just screenshot it with your phone. Or if you're on your desktop, just save it and email it to me at survivingdating@gmail.com and make the email subject line Dusty News. Dusty News, okay? Because it'll filter into the correct folder for this show. So Dusty News is what you put in there and you send it whatever. It could be anything. Don't hold back if you're confused, you're not sure, send it anyway. Because the worst that'll happen is that it'll end up on our Instagram page for this channel, which is surviving.dating over on Instagram. But other than that, we will, consider it for the show at, the next show or some future show. Because we save them. All the ones you send in get saved. And most of them get used at some point, okay? So I want to thank everybody for coming. Like I said, hit that subscription button if you haven't already done so. We're going to meet again on Sunday for the Sunday sermon, the Church of Deb. And we're going to be talking about weak men. I made the slides today. Oh my God, it's just so much work. I'm like, why did I decide to do this show like this and not do it as a live? But whatever, because I want to make sure I show, some of the things that you guys said. I have my weaknesses divided into 5 categories, which I will be going over, and I have divided your comments into those 5 categories, depending upon the focus of your comment. So this should be a very, very educational show for you. I think it'll come in handy for a lot of guys too, so they can have a checklist to make shore up their weaknesses because you can't really get far in life if you're a weak man. And this whole show came about because a young man posted on the wall, why can't men be weak? So this video is responding to his question. That's how this topic came up, okay? So thanks you guys for coming. And I repeat it, thanks everybody for the continuing, I got a lot of belated happy birthday wishes in this week. Thank you for those. And I really appreciate you guys, your support and your encouragement, the laughter that you bring to my life, and Lady Boss for her continuing and unwavering support of this channel. Let you guys go out and have a wonderful weekend until I see you again on Sunday, okay? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.